up, Sauce Gang, and welcome back to the channel. Hot Sauce Beats are with another dope Skibidi toilet reaction. That is right. And today we're gonna learn some more about the G-Men Skibidi toilet, all secrets and Easter eggs, analysis and theory. Now, the G-Men toilet is the very first Skibidi toilet, and it seems like he's kind of like the epic boss, or now the Titan Skibidi toilet. So I'm really stoked to see what Elite Cameraman has to say about any kind of theories and lore on the G-Men toilet. Is he beatable? Is he undefeatable? Is he gonna be around forever? I don't know. But before we jump in this, why don't you show Elite Cameraman some love by subscribing to his channel? And if you enjoyed my reaction, please smash that subscribe button because it greatly helps. But enough talking, let's get to reacting and roll that bomb ass intro.
Hot Sauce Beats is finally here. Hot Sauce Beats is finally here. Eat, sleep, make beats. Eat, sleep, make beats.
Hot Sauce Beats. Woo-hoo. Oh, let's get our learn on chat.
Hello everyone, Elite Cameraman
Hello, Elite
here.
Cameraman.
Today we'll talk about the strongest
Hello,
Skibidi
Governor.
toilet that we've seen so far. The G-Man Skibidi toilet.
Chat, I really cannot get enough of Skibidi toilet. Like, I'm so hooked, bro. Like, I keep checking my phone every 30 minutes. Did a new one drop? Did a new one drop?
Even though we haven't seen G-Man for a while after the events of episode 47, it's likely that G-Man will start appearing a lot more in the coming episode because
I think
the
we got a big
Skibidi
battle
toilets
coming.
have been struggling to fight back against the cameraman after all their upgrades, like the new weapons. The Titan cameraman being
Titan cameraman's
upgraded,
been-
the new
and the
mecha
Titan woman!
scientist cameraman,
Or
and
TV
more.
woman. TV
In
woman's
today's
unbeatable.
video, we'll discuss how the G-Man became the most powerful Skibidi toilet. Where did he come from? How he might be getting more upgrades after the events of episode 47, and why is he an essential part of the Skibidi toilets that are trying to invade the whole world? So if you don't want to miss any interesting secrets, make sure to watch until the end. Also, don't forget
Can't
to
be
like and
flushed.
subscribe.
You can't flush him.
As you know, G-Man has been a crucial part of the series since the beginning. It even goes back as far as episode 1 of Skibidi Toilet. Before we can even see the first Skibidi Toilet, we see a small G-Man dancing in the first second of the series. This makes me believe that he will stay as the strongest Skibidi Toilet until the end of the series, since he already has been getting some crazy upgrades, but we'll get to those later in the video.
Well, you gotta assume that he is the first. He is the virus, right? Because he is what started infecting other people. He's their supreme leader. So yeah, I also don't think though, like if you defeat him, the Skibidi toilets go away. I'm guessing, you know, whoever is second in command now takes over and is ruling the Skibidi toilet army. But he definitely is their higher up in charge and their leader.
In episode 3, we see a G-Man running away from the Skibidi toilets, but this might mean that there were more than one G-Man at the beginning of the Skibidi toilet universe, and this does make sense when you think about it. As you know, G-Man is a character from Half-Life, and in the latest game of the series, Half-Life Alyx, we can see that he can make copies of himself, hinting at the fact that he might be capable of being present at multiple places at once. This most likely confirms that
See, I've never played Half-Life, so any Half-Life lore, I don't know. None of it. But thank you, Elite Cameraman, for letting me know that. I appreciate you.
G-Man we see in the series before he becomes a Skibidi toilet might be a different copy of him sharing the same knowledge, because in episode 4 of the Skibidi toilet series, we get to see him again in a restaurant where everyone is sitting on a toilet.
Oh, they are. Why have I never noticed that? But yeah, and then you see this dude, right? When they come through the door, he's then in the toilet. I don't know why I've never noticed they were sitting on toilets. It's so
After
weird.
the invasion of Skibidi toilets started, people most likely started protesting against the toilets.
Bam,
But this
in the
doesn't
toilet.
last long, because right after Skibidi toilets start marching inside the restaurant and start singing the Skibidi Bop Bop. Everyone inside that was sitting on a toilet turns into a Skibidi toilet as well. We don't
Guessing
get to
the
see
song-
G-Man's first time becoming a Skibidi toilet in this episode, but remember what I said about he might have more copies of himself. Maybe even now there are more copies of him still out there.
Dude, I
And maybe
never
one of his
realized they were
versions
all
is the
sitting on
scientist
toilets.
that's upgrading the Skibidi toilets. Who knows? Because as you know, G-Man is a mysterious character that is very powerful and also does understand a lot about new bleeding-edge technologies. If you want me to make a video about this theory, make sure to let me know in the comments. And what happens in episode 5 most likely confirms my G-Man having more copies theory, because even though we know for a fact that G-Man turned into a Skibidi toilet in episode 4, we can see G-Man dancing in the sewers when the giant flying Skibidi toilets are attacking. How could he be there in human form and be there if he just turned into a Skibidi toilet?
Good point.
And it's weird because while everyone else is scared and running away, he is there just dancing around, which might imply that he is on their side or just powerful enough to not care a single bit. We get to see G-Man's human form up close in episode 6, but I do think that this episode was just made for fun and didn't really include any lore, but it still doesn't bust the theory, but further confirms it if we count
But it does bust down Tatiana Bust Down.
the episode as an actual episode. Episode 7 is the first actual episode where the lore of the series actually starts. Episode until now, there wasn't a cameraman POV, but it was more like a movie. But in this episode, we can see our shadow hinting at us that we are now a cameraman. We didn't know this back then, but if you look closely, we can see the cameraman head pretty clearly. This is also our first interaction with the Skibidi toilets. We go up to one and flush one, killing it for good, but right after us flushing it, many Skibidi toilets start rushing towards us, and seconds later there is a huge explosion introducing us to the G-Man Skibidi toilet for the first time. And he looks quite mad that we flushed a Skibidi toilet. After this episode, we don't see G-Man toilet until episode 12, and even though his appearance hasn't changed, we get to see him use his laser eyes for the first time. We have no idea if this was an upgrade done between the episodes 7 and 12, or it was always like this, but I'm going to assume that it was an upgrade done afterwards because of his character has been progressing.
I agree. So I think roughly for the most part, each time we see one of our characters or the squads again, you know, after a couple episode break, they have some sort of an upgrade. We've seen the G-Man toilet continuously either getting bigger, getting stronger. So I agree. I don't think he had the laser eyes in the earlier episodes, and this is something that right here we're seeing for the first time because he just got that upgrade.
It is established that the G-Man Skibidi toilet is the most powerful Skibidi toilet in episode 12. And this is confirmed in episode 17, where we can see G-Man Skibidi toilet giving orders to other Skibidi toilets standing around him, which includes some of the other
I love this episode, dude, when they drop the bomb, the laser bomb, and you're like, oh, okay. Nope, nothing. And they start coming up, and these cameramen start running down the roof of the, they start running down the roof of the building, and then the G-Man just, like, pops up.
Powerful Skibidi toilets that we've seen until that point, but they are interrupted by the insanely powerful beams coming from the sky. But this does not stop them.
Heck
and
no,
we
it
get to
don't.
see that he is not just powerful when it comes to strength, but his defense is crazy powerful as well, since he doesn't even get a scratch.
Right here. I love this part.
In episode 18, we were introduced to the first Titan of the Alliance, the Titan Cameraman, and he started overwhelming the Skibidi toilets for 2 episodes, and in episode 20, we can see a madly enraged G-Man Skibidi toilet going against the Titan Cameraman. But since the cameraman knew about the G-Man's, Laser Eyes Titan Cameraman already had measures against it and brought a huge shield, but his plans don't go as planned when the rocket Skibidi toilet rams him head-on, breaking the shield, leaving Titan Cameraman's core unprotected, which makes him escape and gives the W to the G-Man Skibidi toilet. In episode 22, we can see G-Man leading the army and continuing the invasion. But something unexpected happens in this episode, and we are reminded of how powerful this entity is again.
Messed up.
We can see 2 large cameramen sneaking up on the G-Man Skibidi toilet's flush, and they try to flush him to end the battle, but it doesn't quite go as planned, because G-Man stops the flush midway through, which we haven't seen any other...
Dude, just come on! So, chat, don't get it twisted. Like, obviously I'm addicted to this, but I also... Everybody who loves this can admit how dumb it is, but it's addictive and it's getting better and better. But just some of this stuff when you hear it, stopped him mid-flush, dude. It just, because like as I'm addicted to this, right, and just watching it, sometimes I have these like moments of clarity when I realize at its core, this is still a human head inside of a toilet, right? You know what I mean? Like, yes, I know it's silly, but dude, the storytelling on this, the lore, just how it's gradually every episode getting more and more, and visually it's getting more and more. You know, I think Dafook Boom created this as just like a funny meme or something, right? And then when it started going viral, he's like, oh, what if, take a note from like FNAF or Game Theory or whatever, like people love lore. What if I give this a story that people can get behind and get hooked on? And now we have Skibidi Toilet.
Skibidi Toilet do no matter
Stopped
how powerful
it
they are.
mid-flush.
But this does damage him as far as I can tell, because looking at his face, it looks cursed and more distorted. This is a repeating pattern that keeps on happening later in the series as well, but we'll get to that later in the video, so make sure to watch until the end.
Oh, we
don't get to see the G-Man Skibidi Toilet for a long while after this point. But as you most likely know, in episode 32, the Titan Speaker Man gets infected. But you might ask why that is important. It is actually a crucial point in the series because it's the start of the downfall of the speakermen who were helping the cameramen, and it is the start of a new duo in town. Starting from episode 33, we start seeing the Titan Speakermen and G-Man Skibidi Toilet duo all the time, destroying and invading everything, which puts a huge toll on the Alliance, which makes the TV race appear later in the
Sevens
series.
to YouTube.
But I have a separate video about on my channel. If you are curious about it, you can check it out after you finish watching this video. Anyways, in episode 35, we get to see the duo in action again, and this one shows how cruel they actually are. This is the episode where the cameramen start using the Parasite Disabler gun, but they are interrupted by the crazy
Disabler
duo,
gun, I like that.
and you can really feel the chaos
Save
in
the
this
gun!
episode. I felt the tension while watching this episode for the first time.
He's like,
Because
"What?"
of the rampage of the parasites, the Skibidi Toilets haven't really suffered any losses until this point, so we have yet to see any improvements on G-Man Skibidi Toilet, but that's about to change soon with the Alliance using more and more parasite disablers and curing everyone. In episode 38, we see the cameramen ready to shoot the Parasite Disabler laser tank's Parasite Disabler beam to the Titan Speakerman, but G-Man Skibidi Toilet notices this, and we can see that he has been upgraded. He can now fly with jetpacks, and also has so much more armor for protection. We can also see his new laser guns doubling his fire output. This
Literally,
upgrade was an
4
upgrade no one
lasers.
saw coming, and made G-Man a lot more powerful than before. With the appearance of TV Men in episode 39, a new threat against G-Man has been added.
And this right here, I think, is really when things massively start changing in the cameramen's favor. And this is why I've been saying for the last couple reactions, I have a feeling something massive is going to happen for the Skibidi Toilets. Because it almost feels like it's drastically in the cameraman's favor with the TV man, with TV woman in last episode taking out the glitch toilet. You know, I just feel like something drastic is going to happen here. And I don't know if it's going to involve like a new Skibidi Toilet Titan. God, say that 10 times fast. Skibidi Toilet Titan, Skibidi Toilet Titan, Skibidi Toilet Titan. That's only 3, but maybe it's not a tongue twister. But anyways, I have a feeling like it just, because that's what's been going on with this, right? We got, you know, a couple episodes where the Skibidi Toilets seem like they're taking over. Then we got a couple episodes where the cameramen feel it seems like they're, you know, starting to take back over and win the war. We just got this constant tug of war battle going on, and I feel like it's just been too long in the cameraman's favor. I have a feeling maybe in the next episode or two, something drastic's gonna happen for the Skibidi Toilets.
And in episode 47, we finally get to see Titan TV Man go against G-Man Skibidi Toilet. This is one of the most insane displays of powers we have seen in the whole series, and it's not just one-sided.
Epic.
Both sides are so powerful, but this was the first time we saw G-Man almost being defeated. His lasers weren't working against Titan TV Man, but from what we can see, even though he wasn't dying, he was being damaged a lot by Titan TV Man's TV beams, which is actually a crazy feat because it's not like Titan TV Man's TV beams are weak. Instead, they are very powerful, and G-Man Skibidi Toilet can stand against it. If backup didn't arrive on time to save G-Man Skibidi Toilet, he might have been heavily injured after this episode. But as you know, the episode ends with the Titan TV men being stabbed in the TV head and being heavily injured. But something weird happens in this episode. After the Titan TV men pulls G-Man with his hook and uses the TV beam, while G-Man is using his laser eyes, the lasers go out, and after this point, we don't see him use his...
And I'm curious how big this toilet is. Because it looks like it's a Titan, don't it?
Laser eyes again, but instead uses his laser guns. And before he shoots the POV cameraman, we can clearly see that he has taken a huge hit, and his whole head is messed, and his eyes are also back to normal, which suggests that they are either damaged for good or they'll need to recover before he can use his laser eyes again. Many people thought that this episode was a one-sided win against the Titan TV men, but we can surely say that it was almost a tie. In episode 49, if we zoom in, we can see that after the events of episode 47, G-Man has gotten some new glasses, and he is still not using his laser eyes. What do you think? Do you think his eyes are gone for good, or will he be able to use them again? And when do you think he'll come back, because we haven't seen him for a while? My guess is that he'll appear again at the end of this season, where there will be a crazy battle, just like episode 47, including all our favorite characters. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe so that you don't miss my newest Skibidi toilet analysis videos. Hello, everyone.
You know how we do it here. We subbed, we like. All right, chat, let me bring you in. Dude, he brings up, I really am enjoying Elite Cameraman's channel just because it does a great job at breaking down stuff on Skibidi Toilet. And during a reaction, like, there's just so much stuff. Like, I think actually for the most part, I do a pretty good job of catching all Easter eggs, lore, and stuff like that. But it's just so easy to miss stuff. And he does such a good job at breaking down theory and breaking down stuff that's happening in, and even, you know, a pretty good job of making some bold claims of what's going on. And I agree. I think we're gonna have another big battle here going forward. I think Skibidi Toilets are gonna win that battle, because again, it just seems like stuff is too much in the favor of the cameraman right now. But I had a blast reacting this. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about the theories and lore and where you think it's going. Of course, heartburn and hiccups. But anyways, show Elite Cameraman some love by subscribing to their channel. And if you enjoy my reaction, please help support the channel by smashing that subscribe and like button. It's absolutely free and it greatly helps out the channel. Enjoy the rest of your day. And remember, it's eat, sleep, and make beats. And as usual, be kind to one another. That's all I got. Boom, I'm out. Gotta be love for the Sauce Gang. Peace out, chat. Woo woo.